Hello and welcome back to Math Class with Mr. Kura. Today we're going to be talking about comparing numbers, which may seem not too difficult, but we're going to be comparing kind of complex numbers. It's not going to be just which number is bigger, 5 or 10. It's going to be numbers that include our roots and pi, different things like that, some of our irrational numbers. All right, so if we jump right in, let's remind ourselves of some of these symbols. So this would mean less than. Remember, the alligator is going to eat the bigger number. So 2 is less than 7. Alligator's trying to eat the bigger number. This is greater than. And pi is greater than 9/10. And then finally equal. All right, so let's get into our problem here and see how this looks. So we're going to compare some numbers here. So first of all, let's do our estimation of square roots. So first of all, we're trying to figure out which one's bigger. So let's remember our perfect roots. If you don't remember them, I'm going to kind of list them off to the side here, the ones that are important. We're going to have the square root of 36 is equal to 6. The square root of 49 is equal to 7. So this falls between 6 and 7. So the square root of 46 is between square root of 36 and 49, and I would say it's closest to 7. So this number is going to be roughly 7, but then we'll say it's a little bit smaller than 7, right? So this would, a little bit smaller than 7 would be something like 6.8, 6.9, 6.5, whatever. No matter what, 6 point anything is going to be bigger than 5.25, right? So we would know this is wrong right away. This is false. All right. Over here we have pi times 3.14. So let's figure out what that is. Or I think I said pi times 3.4. 3 times pi, 3 times 3.14. So if we multiply this out, we get 12, 9.42. So this is 9.42 compared to, well, the square root of 5. If we're going to estimate that, our important square roots are 4 and 9. So this is 2 equals 2 and 3. So square root of 5 is closest to 2. Let's just call it 2. So 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So now we're comparing 9.42 to 6. Is 9 less than 6? No, this one's also false. All right, this one, we shouldn't really have to spend a whole lot of time on it. Right away, you should notice, well, look at it for a minute and tell me if you notice anything right away. Look at the two numbers that you see there. Look at this one. This number is less than 1, right? It's smaller than 1. We already found this over here. The square root of 5 is roughly 2. It's a little bit bigger than 2. So 2 is obviously going to be bigger than 0, something 0 point something, 0 point whatever, we don't know. 2 is obviously bigger, so we'd say this is true. So that's kind of how we do these. We could maybe look at one more. So let's look at this one. Since we have our denominator as a root, that's kind of tricky, but let's think about this. Let's figure out what that root is. So that is falls between the square root of 4 and the square root of 9, being 2 and 3. It's real close to this 3. So let's think of this as as 3. 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. So 5 is less than 8.7. Now let's even take that one step further. What if we even rounded all the way down to 5 over 2? 7.5. So even if we call that 2, because this number is, the square root of 8 is 2 point something. It's like real close to 3, so 2.8, 2.9, something like that. But even if we said it was just 2, it's still smaller than 8.7. So that one's not even really all that close. That one we for sure know is smaller than 8.7. All right, this one, let's see, or let's look at the last one just so we, for interest time, the square root of 36 is 6, which is equal to, well, 42 divided by 7 is also 6, so that is true. All right, and I encourage you to try that middle one there if you want to try it on your own to get a little extra practice. Thanks for spending time in math class with Mr. Kura, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.